Hello everybody, it's Caressa again. You may have noticed this is not an ASMR commercial. Boo, hiss, what are you doing? Stop it. I know, I'm sorry. We're doing something a little different today. Today we're doing a review of these pencils. These are called Lifelines. They are rub and sniff scented colored pencils. They're basically like aromatherapy pencils. So the way they work is, I'll just slip the sleeve off here. They come in these nice boxes. And they have names like Juicy Burst of Sun-Kissed Grapefruit. And what that is that's the scent. And it'll break down on the back exactly what that is. So this one, it's grapefruit and lilac. And to activate the smell, you rub the pencil and then you sniff it. Okay? Pretty basic. It's a scented colored pencil, basically. So I ordered these this particular set, this one right here. This is the Earthy palette, and I got them, and maybe a few days, I think somewhere in there around after I ordered it, I noticed that I would rub the pencils and the scent would not come up. And I was very disappointed because I paid money for it, and I was upset. I talked to the company, and let me tell you something, this company is amazing. They really went above and beyond. They talked to me, they listened to my complaints and my concerns, and they went back and forth with me, and long story short, they replaced it with their winter edition set and the Four Seasons set and sent that to me. They were very kind. They went above and beyond. 5 stars for service, 2 thumbs up. You guys did great. So let's review the pencils. So let's get into talking about them. Okay, so first of all, the customer service was great, like I said. Now, these work as a pencil, like as in color put down and pigmentation and all that. For $10, I'd say they're mediocre at best. Some of the colors are particularly light. Let me show you the color setups. I've done swatches for all 3 of these sets. Here's the large set, this one back here, the Four Seasons. This one is the Earthy palette, the one I originally bought, and this is the winter set. And one of the problems I have is you would think that the winter set, which is this one, is also part, supposedly, of the Four Seasons set. And I can see duplicates, like right here. And that's fine. I would expect that. But the names on the back of the box are different. So it's hard to know if this pencil is the same as this pencil in this set. So it's hard to know if you're buying duplicates. So that would be a criticism I have. Is you want to know if you're buying duplicates between sets. But these are the colors. And you can see some of the colors. Like this is, can you even see that on the screen? That is a light green. And when I say a light green, it's this color here. It's supposed to be sort of a limey green, as you can see, but it turns out very, very light. And they included one color, this gray color, is in both of the winter sets. This one here. And it is as it is. It is, as you would think, a very, very light color. It is so light, it looks like I didn't even color on the paper, which, that's fine to have a color like that. But a lot of the colors that are lighter are just so... Like in the Lifelines Earthy palette, you can see some of these lighter colors here. They're just so light, so very light. And I think for a $10 set, that's kind of, I don't know about that. Because like, if I were to buy Crayola pencils, that would be not what they would do. They would be much more pigmented for the price. Now for the price, I went on Amazon. And what I paid was about $10 plus shipping. Okay. Now, I looked at their prices for these other 2 sets that they gave me. And the Lifelines Four Seasons is about $20 plus shipping. And the Lifelines Winter set is about $13 plus shipping. So that's what you're going to get. And I just feel like if they could just up the color content a bit. And not only that, I've got to be honest, I feel like, so my initial complaint when I contacted the company was the scents aren't working. I'm rubbing the pencils, and after a couple days, the scent is wearing off. And the scent has not come back on these pencils, so I was like, okay, I'll try these. Some of them I find are a little hit and miss. Like, some of them, I'll be like, this doesn't smell as much as it did the first day I rubbed on it, you know, or this one doesn't really seem to have a scent at all from day one I opened the package. So I feel like sometimes the scents are a bit hit and miss, and that's a problem. But yeah, that's kind of what's going on. Let me look at my notes real quick. The scents are very nice. They're not like kitty scents, like, you know, Fantastic Funky Grape or something like that. They're not. They're really nice scents. Like, you've got honeysuckle and vanilla, jasmine and amber, cedarwood and violet, clove and Tahitian vanilla. I mean, really nice, and they are nice scents. Some of them are like you can tell they really put a lot of thought into it, and so I love that part of it. That's an absolute pro. They do work as intended. They work as a colored pencil. I mean, you can use these. You can, I'm going to show you some art, in fact, I've done with them. Let me show you. Okay, so here's this beetle. When I initially did, let me move the bookmark here. When I initially had the Earth palette, that's just, this is the initial pack I just bought on my own. I did this beetle here in the middle. And you can see, you can get the gradations and such, but you can see some of the colors are lighter, like the pinks and things. The pinks and the violets are a little bit lighter. The darks are fine. There's nothing wrong with the darks. The darker colors, the darker green, the darker black, they're fine. So there's nothing wrong with that. And I've got here a whole picture I've completed. If I can, I've got the bookmark in here. Come on. Here it is. Okay. Just move that out of the way. All right. So this is a whole picture. I was trying to do, sorry, everything's going everywhere. I was trying to do like a painterly effect in the background. An attempt was made, okay? With mixed results. But you can see that the colors are nice. I mean, they're average for what you get. I think, like I said, I think they're a little washed out. They're not as pigmented. Like here in the ears, let me really close up. Can you see this color here you see the ears here? That looks like I didn't color. That is 2 layers of a green and a blue. That's how light they are. They look like I have not colored them in at all. But you can see that you can get by with these pencils. There's nothing wrong with them. Like I said, some of the scents don't really smell, some fade. Basically, that's what I'm going to say. Another thing is, I'm going to mention this. I don't hate the boxes. I don't. I actually kind of like the boxes, but the only problem I would say with these boxes is, if you're traveling, like oh God, my pencils, you know, that's going to happen. Because, like, see, like this bottom part, there's nothing to keep it from falling right out. So maybe a different design on the sleeve of the outside. I think what would be really neat is if you could make this plastic inner sleeve like this, actually the bottom part of the box, so that when you bought the pencils, you could just have a ready-made box for your pencils to fit in. I think that would be kind of cool, but that's just me farting around, thinking outside the lines on that, outside the box on that one. But that's my review of these pencils. Again, the company I look forward to buying from them in the future, in fact, because I was so pleased with their customer service. And not only that, I feel like that they really are committed to, they say that they're committed to like art therapy and that sort of stuff, and I feel like they are. So there's some products I'm looking forward to buying from them in the future. With this product, I initially gave it 1 star when I bought it, but because their customer service is so good, I'm going to give it another couple stars. I'm giving it 3 out of 5 stars total. Okay, so that is my review of these pencils. Kind of short, kind of a small review, but I really felt strongly about letting people know about these. So I hope you all enjoy this review. Let me know what you think. All right? And shout out to Lifelines Pencils. All right. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.